All right, players, traders, haters, apes, retail investors, whatever you want to call yourself, right? Welcome back. It's your boy D. This is D's Daily DD, right? And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a certified financial planner, nothing like that, right? Just a guy on YouTube who likes to talk about his favorite stocks. So don't take it as financial advice, right? Take it for educational and entertainment purposes only, all right, guys? So remember that we are watching right now AMC, Redbox, GameStop, right? So those are the ones I'm going to be talking about. Of course, I still have my long positions like Lucid and some cryptos and stuff like that, guys. But as we can see, if I don't know if you were living under a rock today, but AMC was up a good amount, right? 13.56% for the day. Now, is this the squeeze? Hell nah, right? It's just a nice green day, right? A little green crayon never hurt anybody, right? Especially you apes out there, right? We hold until we squeeze, right? At least that's what I'm doing, all right, guys? So, because I believe, these shares are worth a little bit more than what they're currently offering, right? So yeah, let's get into it, guys. This could have been because of the ETF, the Russell 1000. I explained it last week, right? What was happening, what was going on with the shares, and my biggest question was like, where are they even getting these shares from? If all the indicators, all the websites and stuff, they're all basically saying everything's maxed out, right? Not accounting for synthetics, whether you believe in them or not. And yeah, so just an interesting thing to pay attention to is the volume, right? The volume spike on Friday, last Friday, at the end of the market, where we were sitting at like 25 million volume and jumped all the way to 80 million volume, in the after hours as well. But the price barely moved, all right? But then you see today the volume was 77 million, right? Currently, and the price went up 13%, all right? So what's going on there, right? Are we missing a couple bucks of upside, right? I don't know. I can't really prove that to you right now, but I am happy. Of course, we had a good green day, but we got to stay calm and cool and collected, right? And just prepare for what else can come after this, all right? Puts a little more pressure on the shorts. Are they in danger? Yes, they are, but not in that kind of danger where like they need to close out right now, right? I don't think because I don't think that level would be until after like 25, 30, 40 bucks, all right, where we could get some crazy runs. And right now the rumor is, right, I've been hearing some information here and there and the internet, whatever, different websites and stuff that we could be seeing potentially, right? It's not guaranteed, but $40 to $50, right? Because it seems like in order to fulfill these orders, these shares that just came in which I don't know, some people are saying it's like 8 million shares. I think it was around 20 or 30 million, probably more, right? Because the volume again, like on Friday, was 25 million up to 80 million, right? So you subtract that 55 million volume, it's buys and sells, but you don't know what the actual breakdown is, all right? But maybe they're spreading out the buying pressure, instead of putting all the orders in at once, so that way it doesn't spike and run crazy, and kill the shorts. Why would they kill themselves, right? So yeah, guys, I got some information to go over. Thank you to the new subscribers, guys. We keep growing the family, right? I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. So I'm gonna keep on bringing the information. And just real quick before the data, I'm going on vacation in about a week, so I don't know how the videos are gonna be this week. I'll try to make as many as possible, but I do also have to prep for that. All right, guys. I'm going to the beach. All right, so I gotta pack, and I like to pack, a few days before. I'm not like a last minute type packer and all that. So yeah, let's get into the information now, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're making some money. My portfolio was green, but I'm heavily, right, like invested in AMC. All right, so a lot of my portfolio moves when AMC moves, right? So yeah, let's jump into the first thing here. Let's check out the chart. The chart is looking healthy as could be right now, right? As far as like a reversal, right? I wasn't like sure if we were gonna get this, but this is at least a really big green candle that came to test the first EMA here, right? So it's the 50 and then the 100 and the 200, right? So the big one would be the 200, and it is following this pattern, right? So down, now up. We'll see if it can break this resistance, because this is a supply and demand zone too. So we could have enough buying pressure at least to come test this. And then the macro wedge is up here around 21, $22, all right? And that's, pay attention to that, right? You guys see this piece, right? So we're down here right now, but we could make our way up here quite fast, in my opinion, all right? And I'm going to show you what I'm paying attention to, right? So I always like to go back to the previous cycles, And I'm like, okay, what happened there that made it, you know, pop and go crazy and made it run? And there's always a lot of factors, right? It's not one thing that did it, okay? But what you have to pay attention to, right, is this big candle to where it actually came down a little bit and then we took off, right? And then again, where is it in the cycle, right? So you have this cycle pattern here, right? And then until when did we break up, right? At the very end, right here. All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like right now, it's just a bigger, pattern, but it's the same thing. If we can break above here, guys, we would probably come up here, right? Start bouncing and then take off. All right. That's what has happened in the past, right? And we still have the indicators like the cost to borrow fee and all that. That stuff is still, you know, rising and fluctuating. And the same thing, guys, right after this, right? You have your run up. They short it forever in the cycle. They bring it as low as they can, right? And then what do you get? Once you finally reach this top at the bottom, right, towards the end, you break out, all right, and you start making moves. So potentially, right, that's what I want to see in the next couple of days. Tuesdays tend to be pretty good, right? Wednesday we have bad information, but hey, tomorrow with enough volume, a breakout can happen. All right, the true breakout, guys, would be above here around 22, right? 23. Anything above that, I'm sure then the shorts would be, you know, crying. And anybody who says, right, oh, I don't know about the short squeeze, blah blah blah, like, I'll show you why right now, right? This is the most important factor, I think, of the short squeeze, right? Is the shorts. So just looking at currently where we're at, we still have a decent, this is the daily chart, right? So on AMC, and the RSI is strong right now, guys. Like this thing has room to run right all the way to 80, 81. It's gotten as high as 81 in the past two, maybe higher. Yep, it's gotten all the way to 93, 94, right? So I like that. To me, that's also bullish, all right, guys? So let's move on to this. This is the factor, right? This is why I hold my AMC shares. So these are institutions shorting AMC stock, all right? Susquehanna, 11 million, guys. Do the math. If they're charging, you know, it's an annual rate of 18%, 19%, 25% has been changing. But imagine when they cover these, right, they're the number one. Susquehanna, 11 million, right? Citadel with 4.8 million shares. Goldman Sachs, 2.7 million shares. Group 1, right? The list goes on. When these guys all are forced to close or get pushed out and they start buying these shares back, guys, that is going to be the squeeze, all right? And that's where we're right there, right? We're teeter-totting right there, like where it can happen, right? Any momentum to the upside, that if it pushes hard enough. Now we also have to deal with the halts, right? If it happens too fast, we get halted, right? And I'm sure you guys saw the information on that report that came out. And I'm not gonna spend time on it because a lot of YouTubers, you know, broke it down this weekend. So there's a lot of videos out there on that document, right? And there's, you know, wording in there, there's pictures, there's conversations between Robinhood and Citadel and so on. But you take a look at it for yourself, all right? And it's a heavy hitter. There's a lot of details in there, and you know, Twitter went crazy this weekend with that. So what I was paying attention to, right, I was looking at the buys for AMC here on Fintel. This is the most updated information that I got on here. So, you know, you had this ETF buy 2.4 million shares. That's a new position. And this 45,000 shares of this. Yeah, this looks like it's the Russell 1000, right? So not all the buying has been reported yet, right? We're gonna have to keep an eye on it. And I broke down the amount of shares that I thought were in the Russell 2000, right, that they sold, which is why I think Thursday we had that big red day, and then Friday, right, they started to buy the ones for the Russell 1000. And I think it's good. It helps because you're bringing new buying pressure. There's big money. You know, from what I had read, there was about $12.2 trillion that, you know, that they needed to, that they have on hand to invest, right, as far as like the ETF. So this thing has been moving crazy all day. 4,000 shares currently is what it's saying, but very good number here. 30,000 calls in the money as of right now, but we know we have until Friday. And then 14%, right? So I don't understand how they, you know, it was at 19% yesterday, even though, you know, Sunday was showing 19.7, and now it's at 14.3, right? In my opinion, that should be going up, right? Because the shares are less and less, you know, there's less and less shares that are appearing here to lend, and they're more scarce, right? So that fee should be going up in my opinion, but it's coming down a little bit. We have the calls, right? So 30,000 calls in the money currently with only 1,700 puts in the money, and there's still some gas in the tank, right? Now, of course, this is the one that I've been talking about, July 15th. Anything that happened before then, those don't expire until July 15th, right? All these calls that are open. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Maybe that can help us, get some gamma ramp going. Okay, guys, the fee, right? I just want to show you 14.3, and here again, AMC 14.25 with 8,000 shares is what this one's reporting, right? Stock Sarah. So yeah, that's what I got for AMC. I'm happy with the movement today. I think there's more to come. If they need to buy even more pressure, because I was really looking to crack 1450 today on AMC, and it went up a little bit above it, but it came back at, so at least it closed over 14. All right, that's still very, very good to see. And yeah, we're gonna move on. Let's just peek at the options chain. Like I said, so anything above here, there's still a lot of gas, right? So 6,000, 1,000, 2,000 contracts at 1750, and then probably at 20. Yeah, there's almost 5,000. For some reason, this week it's kind of low, 27. But that means, if the price starts running, the whole options chain can be in the money and definitely give us a gamma ramp, right? So that's it on AMC, I believe. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about Redbox right now. I did a little bit of digging this weekend. So I want to put some information out there because I think I got a lot of people that recently subscribed, right, that like the Redbox information. So this is Relentless, a new sub that subbed the other day, and she was asking me, right, about a Redbox too. But she's a true OG, I believe, in the AMC as well, because she's holding over 1,000 shares of AMC for 17 months, holding 1,400 shares of Redbox, and she wanted some information. Do they have to cover their short positions before the merger with the company, right? The chicken soup for the soul, I believe is what it's called, right? So here's the information. First thing, right, I'm gonna go check out what kind of public news articles are out there. And this title right here, let's see this one, how Redbox became a Wall Street darling once again. This same article is posted over and over, right? Let's see if I can show you guys here, right here. There's another one, right? From all these local TV stations or whatever, how Redbox became a Wall Street. So somebody put out that article and sent it out to all these, somebody wrote that and sent it to all these news places, and they all put out the same article. Where have we seen that before, huh? All right, so this is the important information. This is from Redbox, directly from their website, right? This is from May 11th, so it's not necessarily brand new. I don't watch a lot of people who cover Redbox, right? So I don't know. They probably already put this information out, right? But this is from the source, and I did find some useful information in here, right? So I'm just going to go over it. So basically, blah, blah, blah right here is just talking about what Chicken Soup for the Soul is and how they're merging with Redbox, and how they're online streaming, right? And they're also, the physical Redbox boxes that they have. I think they have, I don't know, like 30, okay, so 38,000 kiosks nationwide, right? So that's that first part or whatever. And they say they have 40 million Redbox Perks members, right? They're like signed up through their website for their little program or whatever they have going, right? So together they combined the companies, right? And it was approved, all right? I'll show you where right now, but basically, they're just trying to explain how they're going to, grow their two companies together right here. Why it's ideal, right, for them to join forces. And let's go down. Yep. So the combination is expected to be accretive to adjusted EBITDA in 2023, with numerous opportunities to cross-sell each company's customer base across digital properties and distribute screen media titles via Redbox kiosks, and leverage tech and know how to fully capitalize Redbox's AOVOD opportunity. The company expects to deliver an annual run rate of synergies in excess of 40 million in 2023. Right, Chicken for the Soup Entertainment expects that the combined company will exit 2022 with a run rate exceeding 500 million in revenue and 100 to 150 million of adjusted EBITDA. That's just some numbers, right? Some of the fundamental numbers, but this is a short squeeze play, right? Remember that, so keep that in mind. I'm not really interested too much. More looking at it like a swing play, which is get in and get out and make some money, right? Under this agreement, which has been approved by the board of directors of both companies, right? So it is approved. Redbox will receive a fixed exchange ratio of 87 cents per share of Class A common stock of Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment per Redbox share. Okay, so that's what it's saying. Like for every Redbox share that you own, you're only gonna get 87 cents. All right, so That's what you have to keep in now. That's why everybody's like, this is super risky. That's what they agreed on, all right? Following the close of the transaction, Chicken for the Super Soul stockholders approximately own 76.5% of the combined company, and Redbox stockholders will own approximately 23.5% of the combined company on a fully diluted basis. Damn. So Redbox stockholders, approximately 86% of the voting power, have entered a voting agreement to approve the transaction. Chicken for the Soup Entertainment stockholders holding approximately 91% of the voting power. Right. So ultimately, they have more voting power, guys. All right. And they delivered written consent approving the transaction. Right. So let's move on. This is the important factor here, right? Not anything else down here. This is already kind of old, but this is the most important piece, right? So the transaction is expected to close in the second half of 2022. So we're entering, right, second half of 2022. There's no date, so it still seems to be a couple weeks, months out, right? Subject to the receipt of required regulatory approvals to the other customary closing conditions. Upon closing, the combined entity will retain the name. Chicken for the Soup Entertainment will continue to trade under the ticker CSSE on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. All right. So after the merger, that's what it's going to be. There will be no more Redbox. Again, just a lot of fine print and stuff. If you want to go through it, it is on the official Redbox website. Okay, guys. So that information is, dedicated to what is it, Relentless. That's what I was able to find. And we'll just go over the chart real quick, talk about what's happening. So this is a 30-minute chart. I was looking at the fib levels, and the good part is, right, is that it already seems to be finishing this red cycle where we can get a reversal here going, all right? And these are the levels we're going to be looking at. And it did it already a couple times, right? You see that when they brought it down underneath, and then you got the reversal, another reversal came back, right? This is what the super trend tells you, right? As far as like the daily, we can zoom in, right? I like to look at the bigger picture, but we're at that level where it could actually be bad after this, right? As far as like a big drop, because this is the cycle, right? So you have to have these these green and red cycles, right? That's how this stock has been moving. So right now it was the long green cycle, but we could potentially have more of a selling, pressure coming in. But I'm gonna tell you why I think it's actually gonna bounce off of here and start making its way up. And honestly, I mean, I know that this hasn't happened. What is cool to me about Redbox is that, the last time we saw short interest like this was GameStop at 180 some percent, right? When it squeezed and it had the option, the mini squeeze, whatever you want to call it, when it went from like $4 to $500, right? GameStop. That was the last time we saw this kind of short interest. And over the weekend, right, the past few days, they've been shorting it more. This was at 103% short interest. We're at 153.92%. This is the most updated. All right, guys, that's insane. No shares. They had like 30,000 or something like that, and the cost to borrow is over 1,000, right? For Redbox, it's freaking insane. The amount of FTDs, right? This is what I'm relying on this week. Now, it gets higher and higher, right, as we go. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then it leads up until the 5th, so next week. But 1.8 million failure to deliver from May 31st, right? That they have to figure out, and the price is sitting above, 771. So to me, that's good for us, for whoever's playing this. That's this stock, because if they deliver all these FTDs right, it will, at least cause a big pop in the price, right? That's what tends to happen, right? Because they have to go and buy all these shares, all right? So yeah, like I said, I'm still looking for my exit. I'm still holding some Redbox shares. It's not huge. It's a small percentage of my portfolio, but you know what? I wanted to get in here and play it, all right? And yeah, so GME, guys, kind of flat on the day. I'll just talk about it real quick. I don't have too much to say about GME right now. I was thinking it was going to run with AMC today, that we were going to kind of help it move along, but we're still looking good, all right? We're still in the green super trend. It hasn't come down to test it. So we still have this room to run. And the levels, again, I'm looking for, we need to break 150. That will most likely take us to about at least 200. And then after 200, right, plenty of room to run. There is catalyst. We don't know the date. of when, you know, they're going to do the share dividend yet. We just know that it got approved, and then this has been showing zero shares on GME for a long time, and 44% of the float is in DRS, right? So yeah, guys, I was looking for AMC news on here, nothing worth talking about, but yeah, that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Oh, you know what? I did forget this for the corporate action real quick. It just has to do with overall, right? If there is a merger, it has to do more with Redbox, but this is why I looked this up, and it's from Interactive Brokers, all right? So it's pretty good information. But what happens to corporate action, right? Certain corporate actions include, but not limited to, mergers, tender offers, distributions can lead to spikes in hard to borrow fees. Announced dividends frequently lead to decreased supply and therefore higher borrow fees in the days leading up to the record date. When a company issues a dividend distribution to its holders of record, a borrower of the shares at that time is listed as the holder and therefore receives the dividend. The dividend is then claimed by the lender from the borrower and credited to lender as payment in lieu, or PIL. PILs are not considered by the IRS to be qualified dividends, so the lender may incur adverse tax consequences as a result of receiving a PIL versus a qualified dividend. As lenders recall their shares to avoid this possibility, the number of loanable shares across the market decreases, leading to possible rate spike, right? So and we've seen the spike with all of these, right? AMC, GME, Redbox. Short position holders are held liable to the long holder for distributions made by the company, including but not limited to dividends, regular cash, special cash, shares, rights, warrants, and spin-offs. This means that you could be liable for substantial payment or take an additional significant economic exposure if you are short at the closed business on the day prior to X dividend date. All right, so if you are short at the close business on the day prior to X dividend date. So in my right, from what I'm seeing is that, like, my opinion, that they have until that date. Like when you know, Redbox merges, like they have until that date to close the shorts if they want to, right? For GameStop, they have until the date, right before the business day, right before, to figure out if they want to stay open with GME. So that, I think, is, you know, helpful. New information. I learned some information from that. So that's what I got for you guys today. All right, guys. So I know this one, it's Monday, right? So I know I put a lot of information where you might have to go back and watch or pause or do something, you know, to absorb all this information. But that's what I want to talk about today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.